So, lads, today we are talking about Chennedy Carter. Lads, we're going to be talking about the Chennedy Carter responding to the whole cheap shot situation.
Chennedy Carter just said the quiet part out loud. After months of silence, she finally responded to the infamous Caitlin Clark shove, and what she said is setting the internet on fire.
This call, the question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter.
Not only is she doubling down, but she's also blaming everyone else. This isn't damage control. This is a full-blown implosion. Let's break down exactly how Carter just torched her own comeback. So let's not waste time. Chennedy Carter finally broke her silence and
on the play before bumping in with Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit after the FIFA
I
score.
didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
for months she refused to say Caitlin Clark's name. Reporters asked, fans begged, the WNBA tiptoed. And through it all, Carter said nothing. And honestly, maybe that was a smart move because now that she's finally spoken, the damage is beyond.
Break down that situation that happened.
Yeah. So, in basketball a little bit, there's things called talking, what you like to call smack or whatever everybody likes to call it.
Yeah.
Plays before things are said, that's a part of basketball. I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said. And then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court. Then I hit like a little bucket, you feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull up. And then I just just give her like a little I'm here. I don't think it was, what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who pushed LeBron out of bounds, said, man, I was mad because we couldn't stop him. So I'm just it's one of those things it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh, it's not one of those.
She hopped on a live stream on Easter Sunday of all days with one of the biggest streamers online and decided it was time to clear the air. Except instead of offering clarity, she offered excuses, and not just weak ones. We're talking the kind of excuses that make your PR reps start Googling how to
basketball, and it's just one of those things. But it's kind of what happened. Then it spiraled out of control.
And then the media takes whatever narrative they want to
put out. You watch every single game to see if you can find any deflects in my game, and it's really nothing that you probably could say too much about. So then you have trolls, and that's why I said they're gonna be around regardless. But yeah, it was just like a nice little tap, I'm here, not to harm you or anything. If you want to push somebody, you're gonna full force
But people really made it a crazy big deal. I've seen the clip.
Yeah.
But I'm not crazy deep in the WNBA world, but in the WNBA world they dragged it like crazy.
I mean, that happens, man. It's one of those things. I'm a great player, she's a great player. It looks a certain way. Everybody's gonna have their views on it. But my personal view is, I don't have anything against her. She's a great player, and so am I. And I've got buckets all that season, you know what I'm saying? So, just one of those things that, I love it though. They think I hate it, I love it.
Right off the bat, she refuses to call Caitlin Clark by name. Oh no, she just calls her somebody. Somebody who was apparently talking trash, somebody who supposedly elbowed her first, and somebody who got a little tap. Translation:
Forever hold it against Chennedy Carter. No one got hurt. So I'm not going to forever hold it against a player making a bad decision on a court. Because Lord knows I did a lot of things that I'm not particularly proud of when I played ball. So, if I don't want to be judged by some of the things I've done and said on the court, then I'm not going to do it to someone else. But,
ma'am, we have the footage. This isn't Bigfoot. This isn't blurry security cam nonsense. It's in high definition from 12 angles. And it clearly shows you shoving Caitlin Clark like you were trying.
I think at the end of the day, I'm a competitor. Now that it's another day, I've had an off day. Now I can answer your questions and I can let you know how I really feel about things. But I'm a competitor and I'm going to compete no matter who you are and no matter who's in front of me. So that's just what it was. Heat of the moment play. We're getting at it. We're going back and forth. It's basketball. It's all hoops. After we finish the game, it's all love.
Do you have any regrets on how it happened and everything that's happened since then?
I don't have any regrets with anything. I'm going to compete and play 100% hard no matter who it is, like I said, or who we're playing. No, I don't have any regrets.
But Carter thinks it was just a moment in the game, a competitive thing. She literally compared it to NBA players bumping each other casually. No biggie. She even brought up LeBron James, because apparently if it happens in the NBA, it must be fair game in the WNBA too. Except there's a key difference. LeBron doesn't get blindsided mid-play by someone not even involved in the action. And Jeff Teague never tried to justify pushing a dude by saying, "I hit a bucket, and I was just feeling myself." Carter literally said she made a nice mid-range shot, and then gave Clark a little shove to let her know she was there, girl. What that's not competitive fire, that's ego wrapped in denial served with side of delusion. Then comes the line that really sets this whole dumpster blaze. "I wasn't trying to harm her. If I wanted to push somebody, you would have known." That's not a defense, that a threat. You basically just admitted you have another level of violence you could have used, but didn't. So we should be grateful. Is this your version of restraint? Let's be real, this whole just part of the game narrative is tired. Every time a player crosses a line, someone tries to rebrand as intensity. But there's a difference between playing hard and playing dirty. And this wasn't a gray area. This was a calculated shove from someone not even in the play, who had a chip on her shoulder and used Caitlin Clark's fame as a punching bag, literally. Now here's where it gets even messier. Carter isn't just denying blame. She's playing victim. She says people are watching every game just to criticize her, that trolls are always going to be around, and that the media twisted the narrative. Okay, let's pause. You mean to tell me after assaulting the face of the league with millions watching during a broadcasted game, you're shocked that people had opinions? You're surprised that media outlets reported what happened? Girl, you're not being picked on. You're being held accountable. There's a difference, but Carter's entire tone was woe is me. As if she's the misunderstood anti-hero in a sports documentary that no one asked for. And the kicker is that she actually said she loved the hate, that all the negativity fuels her. Excuse me, you love being roasted online for physically shoving a player during a game. You love trending for all the wrong reasons. You love jeopardizing your career over a hot-headed decision and then doubling down on it in front of a global audience. Congratulations, you just turned a one-time mistake into a career-defining catastrophe. Because here's the part no one seems to be saying out loud, Chennedy. Carter is not on a WNBA roster. As training camps roll in, teams are passing, and it's not because she can't hoop. Everyone knows she can score. It's because nobody wants to deal with the circus. She's talented, sure, but she's also unpredictable, unaccountable, and now unfiltered on camera, justifying violence like she's narrating a highlight reel. Let's be clear, this wasn't some rookie misunderstanding. This wasn't a heat of the moment foul where emotions got the better of her, and she apologized afterward. This was a deliberate act, followed by a months-long silence, followed by a stream of excuses. And now she's shocked that she's unemployed. This is what happens when you burn bridges. And then ask why no one's building you a new one. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's over here minding her business, filling arenas, racking up endorsements, and literally changing the trajectory of the league, the same league. Carter now wants to be part of it. Again, the irony is suffocating. And let's talk about how Carter thinks the media just ran wild with the course. They did. What did you think was going to happen when you shoved America's sweetheart in front of cameras and refused to talk about it for months? Silence doesn't prevent drama. It builds tension. And now that she's finally speaking, she's confirming everyone's worst assumptions, that she doesn't regret it, that she thinks she was provoked, that she believes the world is just too sensitive. It's not sensitivity. Its standards of WNBA is finally getting the spotlight it deserves. And now people like Chennedy Carter are trying to muddy the moment by refusing to grow up, and worse, by trying to rewrite history on live stream, like we didn't all see what happened. And let's not forget, this wasn't a regular foul. This wasn't a missed call. This was an off ball after the play, full body shove. Even other players were shocked. Broadcasters couldn't even hide their reactions, and Carter had the nerve to call it a little tap. Ma'am, please, that little tap could have caused injury. That little tap became the centerpiece of a viral debate about violence.